right.
All right.
Do we have to
Are you doing
clap?
a clap? I feel like it's just your go-to, even though you
What if
don't
we?
use it.
Oh, that was weak. Can you snap? Well, hey there. My name is Ben, and this is my wife Julie, and this is the Bear Good Fruit Podcast. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us, spending some of your valuable time to, I guess, hear what we have to share, which is cool. I think
Yeah,
sometimes.
see what we've got going on. So,
Yeah. So, did you have an opening game for us?
as we should. I
Yeah.
feel like continue the game tradition we have going on so far. This one should be easy, but it not only quizzes your brain, it quizzes how in tune both of our brains can be
Okay.
together.
How in sync we are.
Yes, we have a game called Think and Sync. We're not playing that, but it's pretty much kind of the same idea.
Sort of similar.
If
Okay.
you okay. So the way the game works is we'll on 3 each say a word, and we have 5. Should we give ourselves 5 tries
5 tries?
to
All
try
right.
to
We
get
got like a shot clock.
yeah
Okay.
to the same word. You cannot repeat a word you've already used. And then yeah, let's see how we do.
Okay.
All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Cat.
Pumpkin. Oh, a pumpkin
Cat
cat.
just walked in.
Okay, I
Pumpkin
got one.
cat.
I got one.
Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Oh my gosh, that's too easy.
My girl. That's my girl. I almost want to like sabotage it and just try to do another round and
we
just
go
be
again?
more,
Elaborate.
out in the world
Okay.
versus,
Something we see. I saw the
so
pumpkin.
seasonal.
You saw our cat. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So just random something we can't see in this house.
All right.
Okay, go.
1, 2, 3.
Worm.
Bolivia.
Worm, Bolivia.
Worm, Bolivia. Okay. Let's try it.
No, I'm not there. You already got something?
Well, yeah.
I've never been to Bolivia.
We have 5.
You have?
We've shot 5 shots.
Okay. Bolivia and worm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Missions?
Incas.
Okay,
Yes.
mission trip. Incas.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think we can get there. Ready?
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3.
Natives.
Spanish Inquisition.
Oh. It's not the same one.
Well, yeah. Well, the conquistadors came anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So
Okay.
Spanish Inquisition. What did you say?
Natives.
Yes.
Yours were not
Okay.
natives.
All right.
Wait. Spanish conquistadors. You're supposed to do one word.
Well, it's hyphenated.
Okay.
I think it's hyphenated. It's probably not hyphenated.
Oh, so what was
Spanish?
your word?
Okay, let's just do Spanish.
Spanish natives.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this. Okay, we'll go for it.
1, 2, 3. Spain.
Quechua.
Spain.
Native language is Quechua.
No. Okay, this is our first one.
Spain.
Must have been a fluke.
Spain, Quechua.
Are we past 5?
No, this is 5 right here.
Oh.
This is it.
Quechua in Spain.
Yeah, we got this. Hold on.
Quechua, Spain.
I think we know this. If we dig deep, we have our connections. Now, I'm not going to give you clues, but I think we might have.
You've been there. I have not. Okay.
We know. Yeah, it's okay. We got this.
Quechua in Spain.
Yeah, but the overall topic, we're still in the swimming pool.
Okay, I'm going for a Hail Mary here.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Also on Gladys.
Oh,
nice try.
To Peru.
Yeah, I was thinking Bolivia, Haven of Hope.
Okay.
Gladys.
Hey, we were kind of weaving around the same.
Yeah, so just so y'all know, the reason I was thinking Marco and Gladys because we know some incredible directors that have been leading this ministry in Bolivia called Haven of. Well, they call it. What is it? Is it
Haven of Hope?
But is it? Oh no, it's something in Spanish. I forget the name of their their orphanage. I'll have to hold on.
Itself.
All right, we got it. It's the Refugio de Esperanza.
Is what the orphanage is called.
Yeah. The Marco and Gladys lead those. I can't hear anything. All right.
There you go.
All right. Refugio de Esperanza.
Yes.
and in my English native tongue,
Yeah.
not
I'm
rolling
sure you hit
R's.
it
I'm
just
sorry.
great.
I did disservice to their name. But yes, they started like, I don't know, 25 years, 30 years ago, this orphanage, which is so beautiful, their backstory on it. And then they partnered with Haven of Hope International. And for the past 20 years, they've been doing ministry together, director training for other orphanages in all of South America and now Africa. So,
Hmm.
anyway, I'm giving them a little shout
A
out.
little shout out to
Little
Haven
pull
of
out.
Hope.
But yeah, sorry, I went historic, big, global,
Yeah,
and we couldn't think in sync as fast as Jack O' Lantern.
that's fine. I think we did well. At least it has proven like we can sometimes get on the same wavelength.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not always.
When it's local,
Yeah,
we're on the same wavelength.
which I think is a testament to most couples.
Yeah,
Sometimes you're on the same wavelength, sometimes you're not. You got to bring it back.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It is hard for me to be on the same wavelength all the time with you,
yeah.
which is
That's
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we're the same,
that would be boring.
that'd be awful.
Not awful.
No, I don't think the highest of myself. I think the highest of you.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
if, I don't know, that'd be weird if I was
Yeah, just like
married to someone that was exactly like me.
that's true.
But we do kind of become more like each other the
That's
more
true.
we spend time together.
Yeah, we've been with each other for like 20 years, so slowly we're
Pretty
adapting to that
awesome.
for sure.
All right. So what are we talking about? Oh, well, we need to do an update.
Update, weekly update.
We need like a jingle.
Yeah, we do. We need like dun 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 dun. Oh, that's
Blue's
like Blue's
Clues.
Clues.
Copyright infringement.
Oh no.
It's fine. We can do anyway. Update. True Life update. We have been excited. This has been cool. We have built so many cool relationships in the community.
Mhm.
I think there's some energy around our gatherings and people coming to talk about the 9 spiritual disciplines, spiritual practices. I'm excited about it because it's a big deal. But talking about practicing the way, the
Mhm.
study that we're going through. My hope is that it instills in us the type of drive and character and the accountability structures that we need to bear good fruit in the world, in our community, in our ministry. And so we have a great core group that have been gathering in our house, and we have a lot of kids.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids. We partied hard this week. We had 10 kids.
Partied hard this week.
We had 10 kiddos, and I had a couple extra helpers with me this week because we had some younger ones. So
Yes.
upstairs in our room, we had 10 kids, 3 adults, 13, which is great. I mean, to some people, that might seem really small for a small group, but I think it's so exciting, and I love to see the energy in the kids and what they're learning. And so, yeah, but with that makes us more excited about our um, our lease with Mott's Grove,
Yeah.
and being able to not feel tight and cramped and hopefully be able to get over there and do some ministry over there just to have more space. And one of the reasons we're not like, hey, we signed the lease, we're going over now, is because Mott's Grove does not have a kids area currently.
Hmm.
So it's not a massive church. We're very grateful for the size that it is, and it will accommodate us well. But currently, the layout of it is a sanctuary and a fellowship hall, and they are graciously letting us change the fellowship hall into our kids area, whatever way we need to, which is really nice of them. But to be able to do that, we have to find some stuff on Facebook Marketplace
Yep.
and fundraise
Yep.
and help paint it and bring it lively and just get it feeling like an exciting place for kids to come.
Yeah.
So that is definitely one thing we are working on this week is trying to figure out how financially responsible we can be, with our funding that we do have,
Hmm.
to go towards helping renovate a spot for our kids.
That's right. Yeah. And I think it's something powerful about even the theology in renovating a space. I'm excited to breathe life, inject some energy into Mott's, but even the environment that we worship in really kind of subconsciously dictates our attitude when we're there. So for children, if we make this space inviting and welcome and warm, but also exciting and creative, I think it would spark their attitudes to be like-minded in
Yeah.
that. But yeah, to have a playground, a safe place for them to kind of get some energy out
Mhm.
before they come back in for the lesson and small group time, I think it'll be helpful. It'll
Yeah.
be helpful in creating a space before we get in there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited about that. And then also,
Another update is,
yeah,
oh, our little ad. Should we talk about that we did?
I
That's
guess,
that's
yeah.
different.
Yeah,
So
it's weird.
that I don't know, like an ad for a church is
Yeah,
different.
I've wrestled with that for a
Yeah,
while.
on if we should do that, if we shouldn't. And I guess why don't you talk about why we decided to put one out?
Yeah, so what we're talking about is we ran a local ad on social media,
Hmm.
just us standing as a couple, inviting people to coffee and just to get to know each other and listen to each other's stories. We wanted to create an environment where people are welcome to question, to wrestle. So, but we also are leaving a context and moving our focus to a different county
Hmm.
and a different sort of expression of worship. The church culture is going to be slightly different from where we came. And we don't, as a result, we don't have a lot of core team that kind of came with us.
Right.
And so, one way to sort of accelerate the process, not artificially, but organically leveraging the tools that we have,
Hmm.
is to invite people into conversation and get to know people over coffee, over lunch, over dinners, and but yeah. So part of this is a hope that God will provide some people to come partner with us and be part of our core team because we can't do this by
Right.
ourselves, and we have a few folks that are on board, but it's going to take a lot more.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's one of the hopes through this campaign is that people will come up that are interested in church, that maybe aren't committed to a church already, or if they are, that they are welcoming a challenge to grow a little bit further in their discipleship journey.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we ran an ad locally, and it's been cool to kind of get more conversations as we're out and about in the wild.
Yeah.
Because we only ran it in like a 6 mile, 8 mile radius
Right.
of where our location is, and so yeah, it's been cool to run into people saying they kind of saw it, but they've also shared it and extended it, and it's been encouraging that.
Very kind.
And there's other ways that people can partner. Even just doing that is helping, what we're trying to do and
Hmm.
reaching more people for the gospel ultimately, but also in this area to further our discipleship journey to become more like Christ.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's been cool. It's been weird because I've wrestled with it, like I said, like using, the funds that we've been supported with so far in a way to sort of, I don't know, feed the beast of social media that I'm not always
A huge
enthusiastic
fan.
about. So, but in some way, it's like Paul saying, "Go into the marketplace." We're literally going in the Facebook marketplace with an ad. So, connecting people to Christ is the ultimate goal. So, yeah, it's been interesting,
Yeah. So
and
if you haven't seen that, but you want to get coffee with us or Ben,
yeah,
I don't have to go, but more than happy to. I love me some coffee. Let us know. We
yes.
would love to meet up with y'all.
Also, we are trying to be more intentional in the foster care world
Hmm.
here. So one of the first calls I made was with Family Builders Catawba. But one of the nonprofits I've talked to, Big House Ministries, that's in Hickory, one of their strategies is to kind of have a small group, not sponsor, but like sort of adopt and support a local foster family
Hmm.
or a couple that is in foster care. And when we do that, one, it gives more love and support to the individual family that's receiving that support.
Right.
And two, it also gives exposure and maybe even permission and encouragement for our small group to be like, oh, we could do this. And
Hmm.
and hopefully long term that's what the spirit will do is to get more people involved because there's a foster care crisis
Right.
in our area and in the nation. I mean, there's shortages of families. There's kids sleeping in the offices of the what's it called, the case managers
Hmm.
for these situations that as they kind of are vetting and making sure that the biological parents are meeting all the kind of standards that they need to get reconciliation with their children. But there's also appointments that they have to go to. So
And
yeah,
we've come from a church in Buffalo who did this well.
yeah,
We're called to, you know, love and look after the elderly, the widows, and the orphans, and
and the
the
alien.
and is
Yeah, we
that a
got yeah.
translation of it? Um, so the well did that well. I mean, there was
Nice.
points and times of when I was helping in kids ministry, and there were more kids in attendance on a Sunday morning that were out of the foster care system than biological children. And
Yeah, it
that
was
just
beautiful.
speaks to a testimony of that they had a heart for the foster care system, and the church really came alongside that and a lot
Absolutely.
too. Um, so yeah, so I would say, be like, oh, you guys have a heart for foster care, but we've never done foster care, right?
Mhm.
Like, if people don't know our story, why wouldn't we have fostered if we have such a heart for it?
Yeah. Why wouldn't we have
Yeah.
fostered? Well, we've tried. Let's spend the rest of this conversation with our friends joining us. I think it's important to kind of tell our story. We have a big time heart for foster kids
Hmm.
with and for the parents that are struggling, that are enchained with whatever it is that's drawing them to a place where they lose custody of their child and have their own recovery journey,
Yeah.
and every person is an image bearer. Every person is loved on by God, and God wants the most for. And you actually, I want to start with back when we're, 22, 23, youngly married, fresh out of college. You had an experience with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I felt like the Holy Spirit. We were at a church on a young adults trip, like it wasn't even a
Mhm.
church we regularly go to, and I just felt
In Columbus, Georgia.
we were watching a slideshow of a um a missionary that was showing that they were working at a orphanage overseas and
Mhm.
just loving on those with special needs, and the Holy Spirit just fell on me like, this, you will do this one
Mhm.
day in some capacity. You will get to love on those, and I'm like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
I've never had the audio voice, the
Audible.
audible, there's the
Hmm.
word, of God before until that moment. And that'll shake you. Like, that was
Julie
yeah.
just like I see her just
I
sprinting
was
out
just
the sanctuary, just like going back into the lobby.
yeah,
And then you came back in just emotional, just sobbing.
yeah,
And you told me this. And I'm 100%. Yeah. Because I think what we were led to do after that was pursue a track where we were going to maybe foster and adopt a little girl who had special needs. Was that
yeah.
sort of
That
your
we were
take?
just kind of open to that. I think especially we're prayerfully always had this in the back of our mind,
Yeah.
and as we had our kiddos, and especially when Gabe was a boy, I'm like, all right, well, that
Yeah.
confirms
We wanted a girl.
I love my boys. I'm so thankful for having boys. But I have a desire to have a little daughter, and
That's
we
right.
have a desire for foster care. We're like, bam, put those two together. That would be wonderful and
Hmm.
incredible. So once we had Gabe, that was just kind of like, okay, I'm done physically having kids. So now how can we get ourselves into a position to start seeing how we can follow this avenue of fostering and
Yeah. And so we moved to North Carolina in 2020.
mhm,
We started, I think the first month we were here with a
yeah,
training course called The Advocate, run by our friend Mark, that's in Huntersville. And we were kind of prepped on what to expect when we go into being a foster family,
mhm,
the needs that are out there and the shortages and all these kind of things. And then we jumped into Family Builders of Catawba, and
yeah,
we started taking the foster class there, which is a licensing course to get accredited by the state to make sure you are, I guess, vetted thoroughly to be able to
yeah, just important,
appropriately
yeah,
caretake for these children that are technically under the kids or the state
state,
custody.
right,
So yeah, we're kind of like the babysitters for the state, raising up these children in a
mhm,
way that one mimics the love of Christ and extends it to them,
right,
and whether
and also the family.
explicitly or implicitly, but also the family.
And
Yeah,
also the families, like, that's the whole hope in foster care, and each situation is so different, but you're not just loving on the individual child that's in your home, like,
yeah,
there's an extension of siblings or the parents that you have to foster, literally, that relationship as well as not just the child, and just learning skills and abilities and prepping our own children to what will that look like in our home.
yeah. So it's a great preparation course. I
Mhm,
mean, we felt excited, ready. The boys were on board,
mhm,
and the final session, the last class before we had our home visit to make sure everything was safe and appropriate. Got the emergency, fire exit,
Yeah, I had
posted on the
like a
fridge and everything, like the schematic of the house.
yeah,
Um,
exit plans for upstairs, downstairs. Like you have to, they're pretty thorough. All you have to
yeah,
like highlight on the fridge where every fire extinguisher is and how would you escape and how many phone numbers. I don't know. We
yeah,
I,
it's
I
it's
had it down
thorough.
though. We had everything
You're ready.
ready.
What happened?
Ugh.
Do you want me to
Um.
say, or
No, I can't. Just
I know you're also not feeling well
yeah, just in general today.
today.
Um. I got sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about. Yeah, we got sick. Julie actually had an adverse reaction to the vaccine. We we were, doing what we thought was right. I got my first dose of the COVID vaccine, and then think it was, I passed because I had to go on an international missions trip. So in order to do that, I had to get my shot. And there was this theory that was going around that in compassion and out of love for the most vulnerable in society, elderly and those with, lesser
Yeah.
antibodies and immune
Compromised
systems,
immune systems.
that people would be vulnerable. And so by taking this, according to the experts of our country and the experts of this industry,
Yeah.
we would be sort of purifying.
You'd be loving others by doing this.
Yes.
Is the aspect of why I went about getting
Right.
mine. And so on May 14th in 2021, it'll be a day I always remember.
Yeah.
I took our boys, so the boys were off of school, and Ben needed to go get his phone updated at Verizon. I dropped him off there, took the boys over, to get my shot with me in Target, and
Yep.
literally had the aspect of like, watch, see what mommy gets her shot,
Look how tough
and
mommy is.
nothing, nothing bad can happen. Watch, because you always, go in with your kids. It's okay, but there's not many times, at least for us, that our kids have watched us go to the doctor. So it was like, okay, boys, look. So we walk around, wait that 15 minutes, and then your phone is off because it takes like an
Yeah, it was
hour
like
to like
transferring
bring
all the
all the stuff.
data from
I
one
was
phone
like,
to
well,
the
he's
other.
still got a while. Let's go over to a park,
Hmm.
and waste some time. So as I start driving the boys over to the park, in my head, I'm like, oh, I can't swallow. How do you swallow? Like, I'm literally having this conversation in my head of like, how do you swallow? I've never had to think how to swallow before.
Yeah.
I don't think I can swallow. And I pass the park, like drive right past it because I just am in my head, and the boys are like, Mom, the park. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I had a cup next to me, and I was like, well, nothing, you could just spit. Like, if I can't swallow, I'll just spit.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. This is kind of weird. I'll just bring a spitting cup with me to the park until I can figure out how
She
to
got that
swallow.
dip in.
Until I can figure out how to swallow again. And so we're sitting there, and I'm trying to be like, don't overreact. Nothing's
Hmm.
wrong. Like, can't you can swallow? No, I can't swallow, but I can spit. Like, it's fine. This will calm down in a second. And then all of a sudden, my heart rate. I had an Apple Watch, and I got a ding on it that my heart rate was um
Elevated.
elevated, jumping
Yeah.
really high. And I was like, well, try to call Ben. Forgot Ben's phone is off. So I should probably go get him just in case if
Yeah.
something is more serious. It's probably not. The whole time we're like, it's probably not, but just in case.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't need to give all the details. It was about 45 minutes after everything. And we end up going to the emergency room, and they just told me, they gave me some like Benadryl and something else. And they just said, oh, you were probably anxious about getting your shot. This is
Yeah.
just anxiety. And I'm like, no, I was pretty
She's
like,
pretty
I
confident.
was pretty confident. I was
Pretty
telling
at
my kids,
peace.
like, look, watch mommy. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't like, no, I can't take the pain. Like, no, that's not. I mean, but whatever. Like, I remember texting one of our students. We were supposed to be at her play that night, and I felt so bad. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry we're missing it. My body just feels off. I'll see if I can make the next day show or something like that. And then really didn't think a ton about it. And then 3 days later, I woke up and half of my face didn't work.
Yeah.
I just woke up. I felt fine. Nothing was off. And I just had Bell's palsy on the right side of my face and could not move it at all. So once again, we're like, it's probably nothing. Like,
Well,
I
I
don't feel
mean,
like it's a stroke. We went
yeah.
into the urgent care, and that was still the times where you wore masks, like especially into like
Yeah, that's a funny
hospitals
story.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the urgent care, and it's like, what are you here for? I'm like, I can't move half of my face. And
But you
they're
kinda pulled
and
down
I
your
pulled it down
mask.
and they see it and all of a sudden they like run and go grab someone. They're like, "You need to go to the hospital now. Go over to the hospital." I'm like, "Oh no, no, but like I feel it's not a stroke because like I feel fine. The rest of my body's fine."
Doesn't feel like a stroke. I
But
know what a stroke feels
yeah,
like. It's like, how do
just
you
half of
know
my face
this?
isn't working. Please don't make a big deal. I
Yeah.
don't like people making big deals over things. So we rush over there. Kind of the same thing, had the mask up, walk up to the front. "What are you here for?" "I can't move half of my face, but other than that, I'm okay." And all of a sudden they get the mic, "Code stroke, code stroke." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like calm down." Like
Triage.
triage and like so they reel me back and they're like taking my vitals. They're like, "Why is your blood pressure so high? Why is your heart rate?" I'm like, "Y'all are yelling code stroke. Like how am I supposed to feel in this moment?"
Yeah.
So that was there for hours. They ran some tests and they just decided, "Oh, yep, there's a really rare side effect of the vaccine that you can get Bell's palsy. No one really talks about it. You're one in a whatever the statistic was."
Mhm.
So we walked away from that being like, "Oh, that stinks. Like, I just happen to be that one person that gets Bell's palsy. Okay, like it'll go away. Hopefully, they give me some steroids. It'll go away."
Yeah.
Um, I would say after that day, slowly my heart started giving me some issues, and I really was trying to mentally handle it well and be like, "Oh, it must be nothing. You're okay. You're okay." And I remember the day before everything really went bad, I got on my knees because I felt so awful. And I told Jesus, I don't know what's going on, but I need you to take this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if it's a medical thing, but I feel like something really bad is happening and I can't figure it out. And the doctors say it's nothing, so it's probably just me. And go about my day. And that's the last day I really drove, um, filling out paperwork for foster care. And then the next day,
Stuff went down.
stuff went down. Oh, I should probably hurry up. I just looked at how long we've been talking. Okay.
Yeah. This can be
And it could be a long
part
one. All right.
1A
Yeah, right.
to your journey.
So, next day, Ben's home, fortunately, taking a Zoom class. Went to go make food for one of our kiddos that was home. Went up to go reach to open the microwave and could not use my arm. Tried to tell Ben I can't use my arm, and my words didn't make any sense.
You're
I
stuttering pretty
started
bad.
to stutter and slur. And then all of a sudden I tried to walk to leave the kitchen and I couldn't move any of the right side of my body. Um, and so Ben picks me up, takes me to the ambulance, and that starts a beginning of many stroke-like events in my life. Multiple hospitalizations, spinal taps, MRIs, CTs, EKGs, EEGs, um, echoes, all the things. Uh, we hospitalize at every hospital
Yeah,
almost around
locally.
here. We
I'm on first name basis with all the people.
right. You need the hard part with mine was that I have to call them stroke-like events. They never really found a stroke. Um,
Yeah, there's no
thing.
CT scan ever showed hardware of where an actual stroke, by the medical definition, would have
Um,
been located.
but I developed really odd symptoms. I had a thing for a while that was like a whack-a-mole syndrome. So one of my arms just would constantly hit myself.
Yep.
And if you held down that arm, the other arm would go. If I held down both arms, my legs would kick constantly. And if you held down everything, I couldn't talk. So it was a way my body had to get out of motion. At one point, I lost ability to move all my limbs and talk. Um,
Yeah, that was after you started taking seizure meds, where they
yeah.
assumed you were having epileptic seizures before the EEG proved that. And so they precautionary put you on some seizure medication that we found out from a later EEG that it was not epileptic, and so the medicine actually made you worse.
Mhm.
You went from not moving arm and leg, one arm, one leg, and having your neck pulling you, your tongue
Mhm.
through the back of your
Couldn't
head,
swallow
and
well.
you couldn't swallow and stuttering to neither arm nor leg. And so, I was carrying you, I was helping you however I could, but you were in a wheelchair for a time.
Mhm.
Um, that was
And all
brutal.
about like, I remember our last foster care class.
Yeah,
In that time they were
yeah,
over Zoom, and he and I are thinking, okay, even if it was a little stroke, it was a stroke. It was like we'll go to PT, it'll get better. I'll give me 6 months and we'll do this.
Yes.
We had no idea. What are we, 4.5 years into this?
Yeah,
Um,
we'll have to share more of the
yeah,
story on
of
another day.
of that. And so I said, I don't want people to see me with my face not working, thinking it'll be working again soon. Um, so just put our screen on black and let's finish the last class because I'll get better. Like this is short term. This will be over soon, and that was is still so far from the truth. Um, so yeah, so when we talk about having a heart for foster care, our heart is still there.
Yes.
I am just not seen as a fit candidate for foster care.
Yeah, and that's a season, and it's okay. Because our heart is so set and at peace with God's nudging for us to
Hmm.
be part of foster care ministries, it's now turned into whether our family can immediately actively be a support system or whether we can support as much as we can as a family, but also leverage a platform and a ministry that can bring more awareness, bring more, you know, corporate help
Yeah.
to this this ministry opportunity that is so short. There's just a huge shortage in the amount
Right.
of families that know about it and actually jump into it. So I look up to so many local couples and families that have jumped into foster care ministry. I, in a way, sometimes envy and I confess, I do wish we were in a place where we could foster care, but right now we're not approved by the state, and we're looking to open up that chapter again based on what the state needs and based on how well you have gotten.
Hmm.
But you're still unable to drive and things like that, which is no problem because we have flexibility, and you know, uh, we're partners in this. Like
Right.
we're bearing each other's burdens, and we've had some rough seasons and just emotional prayers and deep conversations, and we don't have enough time to talk about it in
On
this
this one.
conversation, but I do think through all of this journey, and this is for me my I guess piece, and then I'll let you finish it off. But I guess what God has showed me through this journey and how it relates to the calling that He placed over your heart, back in that emotional conversation that you had with God. He like literally audibly told you that we would have a little girl with some disabilities, and whether it's through foster care or not. Um, Through this journey, yes, I've had to deconstruct quite a bit of what thought I knew about God and God's nature and God's character, but my view of God has gotten bigger. And I've realized there are a few things that I could cling on to, hold on to, if I was stubborn enough, that would have made me bear really bad fruit. Not just me personally, internally, but also with you and also with my kids. And I've had to reach a maturity level to just swallow my pride and my ego and what I think I knew, and be humble enough to say I don't know near enough. And I've had to find a way, a system of belief, system of understanding, but also a relationship with God to bear good fruit through this.
Hmm.
And I think there's some videos that we can share again that we were trying to do for God's kingdom and for God's glory while being honest about the frustration. And so I think there's some powerful, I don't know, ways God has shown up in this journey. I can't wait to show the rest of that story
Yeah.
if you feel that.
Well, I was going to share 2 Corinthians 12:9 and 10. And the reason that we like share about my story, I think this verse kind of wraps it up, is
Perfect.
my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I boast all the more gladly of my weakness, so that the power of Christ may rest upon you. For the sake of Christ, then I am content in weakness, insults, hardship, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong.
Love that.
Yeah. So, yeah, wrapping it up, um, especially just because if you've ever been curious about how to, I don't step into helping foster care or just I just would encourage you guys to pray through it and know that there's so much more than just opening your home to full-time foster. There's
Yeah.
respite care.
Respite care.
There is loving on families who just need your support.
Yeah. Don't
Th-
let people
or
be on an island.
checking in on them, just have,
Yeah.
understanding where they are and having so much grace, for families and that are taking on this amazing calling in their life. And so we are excited to do that as a small group, and we're excited to do that hopefully as a church, come alongside these families. And if one day we're able to open our home, I'm very excited for it.
Amen. Well, just like that, go bear good fruit. Go do good things.
Have a good week.
Amen.